about the mirror? How does that help you?
It just reminds me to always be smiling when I'm talking to people, you know, and to check my attitude, check my you know, how I'm coming across.
Okay. And I also noticed that you glanced at your business plan probably 10 to 20 times as you've been calling this morning. What happens and goes through your mind when you glance over that way? In fact, you touched it a couple of times.
I just need, you know, it's all about getting those appointments every month. And you know, just reminds me of what I'm doing here, why I'm making these calls.
Well, you made a bunch of calls this morning and really didn't find anybody at home. Do you ever get discouraged?
No. There's probably bigger things in life to get discouraged about, but no, it's just part. Look, there's some days where I'll make that same amount of calls and get 2 or 3 appointments, and there's other days where I won't. So it's not this. You know, Gary always says your career is not a year. Well, you know, it's not a day or an hour either.
Okay, so you're like Michael Jordan. You just keep shooting the ball and know that it's going to go in the basket at one time. So, Chris, I want the agents to know how to set up a prospecting area like this.
As far as the space goes, you know, I think the important things are that there's as fewer distractions as possible, and that it is set up to do just what you are, trying to do, which is, you know, making calls. I prefer to stand during the day, so that's why I have the built-up counter space. Even when I was new, I had a regular desk, and I brought in cinder blocks and raised it up so I could stand. So if you can't build one of these, there's other ways to improvise. The other things are just to have only the things that you need and are working on at that moment in time in front of you. I mean, like, as an agent, there's no shortage of things I could be doing or working on, or files or anything else, but all I have in front of me when I'm calling are the lead sheets that I'm calling. Okay,
well, now you use a headset. How's that important?
Wow, it's important in a lot of ways. Number one, it allows me just, physically to, to not be in a situation where I'm getting fatigued because I'm, cramping my neck over or holding the phone up. It keeps my hands free to be able to write and to, be writing a note and dialing the next call and those type of things. And I think it probably sounds as good or better than a regular handset anyways.
Is there a certain brand that you recommend to the people?
You know, I've had the best luck with Plantronics. Those are the ones I've used forever. I mean, more than 15 years of using them.
Tell me, as far as prospecting, how do you get through the repetitious boredom? Because it's day after day after day.
Yeah, I've already come to terms with that's just my job. You know, people go to work every day, some of them for 30 years, doing the same job every day. And they do it because that's their job, and this is just my job. So I don't think about whether I want to or don't want to, or like it or don't like it. It's just what I do. So there's not even a question in my mind. It's just, okay, this is what there is to do at this time. You know, it's like, okay, at dinner time, what there is to do is eat dinner. So, and it also, I guess there's one other part of that, and that is knowing why I'm doing this, and what my end-all goal is, what I'm trying to achieve, and knowing this is getting me one step closer makes it a lot easier.
So you talk about your environment and how that supports you, and I noticed that you have many things on a board over here, drawings from children. Tell us about that.
Well, those are just things that make me smile, that are important to me, that are just constant reminders of like I said, what's important and a big part of why I do what I do.
Okay. Now, everything, again, environment-wise, you have a refrigerator, you have power bars, you have things to eat. Do you just not leave this space for 3 hours? Or?
Yeah, it'd be, I keep my drinks in here, my protein bars, and that way I don't, if I go out to get something, there's a good chance I'm going to hear something or talk to someone or get involved with something that's not, not part of my schedule. So if I just keep the things in here, that's a lot easier just to stay focused.
Nobody interrupts you. How did you accomplish that?
Well, I told them, no one interrupts me. I used to say, hey, I don't care if my house is burning down, unless you positively can't get a hold of someone in my family or the fire department, then you can tell me, but otherwise tell me when I'm done.